Come back. Wait. Look at the time. It's 3:30 in the morning. What's God? Uh, you know I'm not gonna be waking up until 1 o'clock tomorrow because of you guys. Katie, wait, is Katie back? Jump on my live, Katie. Subscribe to it. Slim Katie. Slim Katie. You gotta save the live. Yeah. It's gonna be on YouTube tomorrow when I wake up. So I keep telling people, subscribe to my channel. Look, this is my channel, right? You subscribe there. On the playlist is Instagram lives, and it's got loads of lives on there from tonight and before. Yeah, do that, and you can see everything because I'll post it up tomorrow. Thank you, and see, it's that simple. Katie, where are you? Oh, there you are. Katie, you give me soccer. You give me soccer. You give me soccer mom vibes.
There we go.
Katie, you give me soccer mom, not soccer, but soccer mom vibes. Soccer, like soccer mom.
What? Soccer mom vibes? Is that what you said?
Soccer mom. Soccer mom.
Nice.
Huh?
Well, maybe.
Soccer, mom. Soccer. Football.
Yeah.
Football. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Sorry.
it.
Sorry. Yeah. Let me let you carry on. Sorry, you were saying. Yeah. What was
No,
it?
no, it's all good. I don't actually remember what I was saying. I think it was just like in conclusion about, yeah, she wasn't taking the responsibility. As soon as things got tough, then it was the pull the victim card, blow the whistle.
Yeah.
You know, you're berating me. The
Yeah.
easy go, right? So
Yeah. It's the go-to. It's the various. It's the you're doing this. You're doing this.
yeah,
It's the go-to. It's the go-to.
yeah.
It's the dance I've
But
got to do.
the dance, yeah.
No, it's the
Yeah,
dance.
there are
They're not
more.
really-
There are a lot of women I think that are on more of the like traditional side, but like I was saying, like I think it's a
Yeah,
little bit harder for them to speak up. And I think also too that it's trickier because you still want to be respectful to your husband. I think like um you also don't want to get like there's such a fine line, right? Like you can get into um becoming disrespectful by
right.
representing him wrong too. So it's tricky. It's a tricky art, I think, to be able to stand up and do it and speak up about it because it's not the norm, right? So
Yeah, like I think. But look, I'm gonna have to. Part of my thing to do is I'm gonna start making a big deal to start highlighting probably women in media because it's probably a lot easier to find people. You know what I mean?
hmm
But women, I would say are good women, and we should, that public probably not getting the flowers or attention that they deserve. I think we have to start outlining some of these women and.
yeah, and it might depend on where you are too. I'm not sure. Like where I live is a smaller, more traditional community. So like, yeah, it's I want to say it's almost 50-50. That might be wrong, but there's a good like majority of women that have been raised from women who have stayed in marriages and like have taught the younger generations that. So I don't know, like I feel like a little bit sheltered. I do kind of see I do follow a lot of what's going on and stuff like that, and I'm very familiar with like the feminist movement and everything like that and everything that it's done. So I am familiar with it, but I have not. I've been very fortunate to be spared from a lot of it. So I have like a huge family, and to be honest, like I think on each side I only have one set of divorced like an uncle on one side and another like aunt and uncle on another side, and both were when I was a baby. So it's nothing that has ever affected me. So
Mm.
I've seen a lot of like long-term successful marriages, and then what it all reaps as well. So
Yeah.
they are out there. It
No,
does happen.
I believe so, and I know they are, but at the same time, it's it is real. Like I didn't
It is really real. Yes.
like like when I used to watch Kevin Samuels or just Kevin Samuels, and I would see some of the women that would have to go back and like with, and sometimes I'd be like, I knew it's real, but I would just be like, nah, can it really be like this? But since I've been doing this,
Oh
um,
yeah, no, for sure.
I understand that it is real.
And I think also like the digital age has made a huge like impact on it too, right? So
How you mean?
a lot of stuff like, well, I'm sure like if you're my age, then when we were younger, we weren't watching all sorts of like TikToks and all sorts
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
social media things that like are either blatant or subliminal. We would have seen things that would have been in like magazines or on cable, and those were like you only saw them if you got them, or if you like, it's not in your face everywhere. Not everybody has a phone. So I think you have enough women who are preaching the rah like men are dogs and stuff like that, and you get all the younger girls who aren't being raised properly. They're feeding into that and feeling empowered. Then it's just gonna reap into whatever, right? So it's
Um,
tricky.
I want to ask you, what are the keys to a successful marriage in your opinion?
It's a good question because I would say,
Well, you're married,
hmm,
so we can
yeah,
ask
but I
you.
I would say like for me, because I am a Christian, like my faith would have to be the big one. But
Mm,
because of my faith, then I do believe in like exactly the traditional sense of like like complementarianism, like where two different roles played, right? Like that complement each other. And so as a husband, being submissive, and as a wife, or being the leader, and a wife being submissive, like that's, I think, the biggest part of it, right? The roles in that. And then also that being okay with it not looking the way that it's portrayed that it should look. So instead of it being like when it goes bad, that you bail out or you do
mm,
things to hurt each other, that you just accept that sometimes it's bad, and that's kind of like if your husband or your wife was to be hit by a car and wound up disabled, would you
mm.
leave them? No, it's your duty to take care of them in sickness or in health. So in the same way of that duty, then when things aren't good, you still need to stick to it. So I'm not a pro at that, but I definitely have had to put that into practice. So I also would say like nix all the people that are giving you bad like advice about trying to empower you against your spouse. So if you have friends who are putting like, things in your ear about if you're unhappy, you don't deserve this, and you need to go and do your own thing, or trying to pull you away from it or get you to do things that like compromise your morals, like just get rid of people like that too. So surround yourself with good people who believe in the same kind of thing. You'll know who they are because you'll be able to see the fruit of what they are living. And so I don't know, maybe don't idolize the fake idea, or like, yeah, the fake idea of what marriage is supposed to be, which is like either super, super happy, or that one person rules the entire thing, and then usually thinking it's the woman and the man, happy, what is it? Happy wife, happy life.
I
That's
heard some,
this
I heard some
BS.
lies. I heard those lies, but I don't know. I mean, happy husband. I like.
Yeah.
I like to think, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that would believe that, or that would say that. So, and it is, I think, like it's natural for a woman to want to control, right? So I would say even like right back into like for myself, if I'm a Christian and I believe in the Bible, right back to the beginning, when we're talking about like the Garden of Eden, it does say in there that the woman is going to want to rule her husband or want to do everything against her husband's will, but it's his job to rule over her. So right from the very beginning, women have wanted to be in control, but it's and like overpower their husbands, but that wasn't the way it's supposed to be. So I think like we just naturally want to backbite. We naturally want to have control. A lot of it has to do with fear. A lot of it has to be like, or has to do with the fact that we've probably been in like bad relationships before, or like different things in our upbringings have like caused different like insecurities and stuff like that too. And so we're going to want to do better, but we don't always know what's better. So I think like when you're surrounding yourself with good people, or you're hearing truth, that goes a long way versus trying to just say, oh, me, I'm doing me right now, and buying all the lies of that, because that's what ends up with big body counts or big you know, no marriage or baby mamas, lots of engagements, you know, stuff like that. Multiple engagements.
Oh, you can't forget the multiple engagement girls. They love it. They're the queens of engagement.
Yeah. But I was engaged. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just think like successful marriage, I don't know if there is actually a key to it other than commitment to doing it well and doing it right. So being respectful, and then learning and being okay to grow together instead of it just being like, I've outgrown you, or you're holding me back. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's been times where I feel like for myself, I've had to like pray and be like, Lord, I need I need to want this, because I've got like no want for it.
Yeah.
And I did hear once, there was like I forget who said it, but there was somebody I listened to a few years ago that said like, they talked to a marriage therapist and said like, my husband's so bad and like he's such a bad man and I'm gonna leave him. But the best way that I can think of that would stab him in the back would be to be, for the next few months, I'm just gonna be the best wife that I can be to him. I'm gonna like shower him in gratitude, and I'm gonna bring him meals, and I'm gonna make sure the house is clean. I'm gonna compliment him, and I'm gonna serve him, just to leave him. But after those 3 months or whatever she was going to commit to kind of serving him, she said her marriage was the best that it had ever been, because he felt respected, and because he felt respected, there was so much like a reciprocated love. So then she was shocked that it took just a change in her attitude and a servant heart. And so that's something that I always hold on to, is just to be like, when I'm feeling like that, okay, well, let's try like revamping the servant heart and see what that can do. And it's almost instant. Like it's a few days maybe, where he's like maybe not trusting what if this is like a ploy, or if there's like a alternative or ulterior motive, but then it just brings it back to centering it. So, and I think too, like I know for myself, and I don't know, I can't speak for men, but for women too, like a big part of doing well is being grateful. So like, if you have to, I've told some of my friends to do this too, is like, if you have to, write down every day three things, if that's all you can do, maybe 5 things that you appreciate or are grateful for about your husband, and just like think about that, or like meditate on that, and then and do them every day for as long as you can do it, and don't repeat any of them. So they can be menial. They can be like, well, he's got a great sense of music, or he's got like good hair, I don't know, but they can just be little, but then like it just cultivates like a different kind of like attitude in yourself, and a love for them that you wouldn't otherwise think of, because it's so easy for like the roots of bitterness to just like start growing into trees, and start thinking like, I don't deserve this and I could do better, because we all grow and we all get older and we all want more. So it's like taking captive every thought and making sure that you're committed. And if you're committed, then you're going to have to make it good together. And there's going to be shitty years, pardon my language. There's going to be crappy years where it might be dry and you might not like it, and it's going to be hard. But there's often people who have been married for like 40, 50 years who will say that, yeah, those years happen and you come out of the funk. But it's the commitment to it, and the the staying and the advocating and all of that goes along with it too. So I don't know. I don't know all the secrets. I'm still young. It's only been 10 years of marriage, so it's
No, but
a long ways to go.
you got 10 years worth more, 10 years worth more marriage than me, so I'm gonna take my advice from you. So we do listen to people that have been married, and we do take a board. And yeah, man, I think that's probably the perfect way to probably end tonight's show. And yeah, man, Katie came to give us the keys to her opinions on, like, her personal opinions on the keys to what it takes to be a successful marriage. And yeah, we're very grateful for you to come in on here. And you know you're always welcome whenever you want to jump on. Always a pleasure to have you come on. And
Oh, well,
it,
thank you. I enjoy listening to it. I kind of have my ear pod in as I'm like going and stuff like that. I like hearing, like, it's the kind of thing where I like hearing other people's stories. I like hearing other people's perspectives and stuff like that.
I knew
It's
this.
just the
I
debunking.
after what I just dealt with. I hope, guys. This is what I always say to everybody: subscribe to the YouTube channel, because what I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to just literally, because I feel like I'm smart, but I'm going to just post all the videos back to back tomorrow, and then you can just go through one, and then you can just watch them on. And then if you want to click the best parts, you feel free to click the best parts. Anyone that wants to watch back it, but I'll just post this up. But thank you, Katie, for coming through
Oh,
and
yeah.
sharing
All
and
good.
giving us the gems. Wait, I keep no wait. You're not in America. You're Canada, aren't you?
From
Yeah,
Canada, yeah.
you're
Yeah.
Canada. I was about to say yeah, Canada. So it's all
But
good.
keep
All
doing
right.
what you're doing. It's awesome. It's
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Keep supporting. I'm shooting my episode 2 of the Mandom's Voice this weekend on Sunday. We're shooting episode 2. It's gonna be a good
Yeah,
episode.
we're waiting. It sounds like it. There's lots of hype already, right?
It's gonna be good. And you know, I got something for your baby mamas out there, all the baby mamas out
Gotta make the
there.
merch. Gotta make the merch.
You're gonna get the baby mama merch. You get me? I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm coming to help. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's awesome. Right on. Okay, well, have
Cool.
a good night.
Yeah. Cool. Good night. My girl, my girl. That was a good way to end the show. To end tonight, I've done a good. Shout out to all the baby moms. Ari says, shout out to all the baby moms. Ari just slid in just to let us know. Shout out to all the baby moms. Ari, we always shout out to all the baby moms. That was a good show. Got some good content, good clips. It's all going to be on YouTube tomorrow. And all you have to go is to subscribe to my channel, and you'll see them there. Go through the lives. Loads of lives. I just slap them all up, and then you can go through it and find the bits that you want. Why are you going to skip? Don't skip nothing. It's all the best. Shout out to everyone that came onto the platform tonight. Yeah, I didn't expect the amount of cognitive dissonance to be with that woman, but that's what it is. She clearly didn't want to listen, but you know, but we're not all gonna always get a Nikki. You know, not everyone's gonna be a Nikki in the chat. So what can we do? We just speak to the people that are willing for accountability, and the people that are willing to learn, and the people that are willing to have reflection, and then after that, the people that are willing to share what they've learned, or share what they've reflected on. We need people like that. We don't need people that are just gonna just be like, oh, you know what, blame the whole world for their free will decisions. Like, and this is the thing, we have free will, and the problem with free will is that you're free to do whatever you want, but at the end of it, you're responsible for what you chose to do. This is the thing about human. This is what God gave us. He gave us free will. That is the will to do right from wrong. I know it's crazy, and that is really what it is. The will, you could do whatever you want to your body. You can do whatever you want, but it's your one body that you get. That's the like. But if you don't look after it, you have to pay for it. That's free will, and we have the free will to do as we please, right? So just use your free will to make the best decisions for yourself and for your family and for your loved ones. That's all we can do. Yeah. When people serve, like serving yourself, like, how about we serve someone else? Do something for somebody else. I have a question because marriage is always a big topic on here. Do you not believe in divorce? I only believe in divorce for special reasons. And she divorced her husband because for no reason. She said he was a great man. She said he was a great. No, she was taking the mick. She was actually saying, "Oh my God, he's such a great man." And da, 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 da. I'm like, so what? So you divorced this great man? Like exactly, yeah. Divorce is you shouldn't divorce unless it's real mad thing. I didn't want to say it, but yeah, we don't believe in divorce unless it's the real, unless your life's in danger. Yeah, that's it. There you go. Divorce is only necessary if it's destructive for the family slash kids. There's a Bible quote along those lines. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. We believe in divorce for scenarios like that. You don't think you can outgrow people, especially if you're married at a young age. Like, no, I don't believe you can outgrow people. No, I believe people want new dick and new pussy. Pardon my language, but I don't, I don't think no. You don't outgrow people. You just not the way they say that. No, they don't mean they've outgrown you. You marry the same person. You just want something different because you're bored. That's it. They're bored. I've never outgrew none of my family members and said I wanted new family members. Yeah. That's it. You need to love your man, love your brother like you love your family. What I mean is that you don't break up the family. You don't break up the family. Don't break up your relationship. Don't break up your home. Because she broke up her home and she went out there and she got nothing but worse. She went from two kids in a marriage to having five kids, two white kids, three black kids, and having three failed relationships. But what if the one person is growing, the other is staying stagnant? What does growing mean? Oh, I'm tired, man. What does growing mean? Ari, Ari. Oh, you got
I'm
some
back.
light. You got some light for me.
No,
Finally. It's lit up. You had me in the dungeon before. Where are you? In a teepee? You look like you're in a little teepee. What's that?
just one of these things that go on the bed, like
Okay, cool.
type of thing.
Ari, Ari, what would you like to
I
ask
still
me
have
before?
another question because it was a lot to type, and I didn't want. I wanted it to be like in sync.
Yeah, fine. Go on. What would you like to ask before I was coming off? What would you like to ask me?
Oh,
Go
I'm
on.
sorry. I didn't even.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'll answer it before. It's fine.
No, I was just wondering because I was like, that's a real question. When I'm like, do you think you can outgrow people? And I know people are saying, no, you're supposed to grow together. But what if it's a situation where it's like you're really trying to grow and the other person is just stuck in their ways, like
I,
they.
I, I'll think just try pick people that have are willing to grow versus people that like it's
Right, but
when you
if
think
you marry somebody at like 18, 19, early 20s, like how great is your judgment really? You know what I mean? Like I feel like you're
no,
still kind of
but
young to make
yeah,
that
but,
lifelong.
well, no, you're not really because people used to do this all the time. It's only now that we say this. People been married 18, 19 for years and been happy, but it's only now.
Do you
So
think they were really happy though that entire time?
but you always do this. Do you think they're really happy? No, of course they was. Go ask my parents if they're happy. Go ask my grand. Of course they was. But we keep trying to do new. Nothing has changed. No,
I'm
there's no.
asking you a question. I'm not keep trying to do
No, no,
anything.
no,
I'm asking you a question.
no. I'm saying nothing new under the sun. We have all. This has always been there. This is not. People think modern women think that they are some living in special times and they're going through things that no one's gone through. People have already all done this. It's already been done. It's been done. It's just
Do
you
you
need to.
think that do you think that a lot of people didn't separate because they didn't want people to just look down on them, but really deep inside they're like, I don't know if this is really that like if this is really
Some
working, but it's
some
more so
some
it
people.
wasn't hold on, but it wasn't really socially accepted to divorce. You think that might be why people did it?
Yes, some people, but majority of people are mostly happy. Some people, yeah, but what happens
I'm
is
not saying like a 50-year marriage can't work, but I think sometimes it could be unrealistic to expect people to really stay with somebody until
no,
death.
no,
Like
no. Well, if you're saying that, then why do you even get mad if a man cheats on you for that?
I don't. Deception. But it's
No,
yeah,
I'm
it's the
saying
lying part. It's the lying part. It's
no,
not
but I'm saying
necessarily the
what?
cheating
No,
part,
no,
it's the lying about it.
no. But what does it matter? What does it matter what he says? what does it matter? What does it matter what he says? If it doesn't matter if he lies or does, he's gonna do it anyway. If you believe what you truly believe, then men should just do what they're doing, and you women just need to just chill and don't ever say nothing. But
I'm
you
not
won't.
understanding that correlation. Elaborate.
No, because if you believe, if that's what you believe, then why do men ever, like, if that's what women believe, someone believe that, why do men ever get berated for cheating or stepping out? Because if that's what you believe, then men are always going to do that.
Right, and I don't think that those marriages that are lasting 50 years that man never stepped out. I just don't believe that. I genuinely don't believe that, and I don't think that's something that they're going to broadcast to the world. But I genuinely don't really believe that. Hey,
Hi, Ari.
So if all men cheat, why are we having this go? But you're going back to that thing again. All men cheat again.
But I was gonna say, but that wasn't even the main focus of the topic. You brought up the cheating part. I said outgrowing them.
No, but
Okay, so I was gonna. Sorry, trying to go for it.
No, go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say, when you go into a relationship with someone or into a marriage with someone, and you started it already on a rocky foundation, if you're already in it, then yeah, you might outgrow them technically by like your definition of it, but your commitment has to be stronger than that. So if you think that they're getting stagnant, like if they're lazy or they're not doing anything, they're not pulling their weight, that's still not abandonment and that's still not abuse. So that's something that you, as your duty, need to kind of help them come out of, unfortunately. Because if you were being stagnant and you weren't doing anything, would you want your spouse to kind of help you out of that funk?
I mean, yeah, but sometimes people just don't do it. Or it takes a lot, like people get fed up with that kind of stuff. Ooh, cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
No, and I agree. It's easy. I think it's easy to get fed up with it because that's natural. We don't want those things. And I think we naturally want to be lazy and we naturally want to like not do things. And sometimes we pick crappy spouses, but you're in it.
Right,
You chose them.
I feel like sometimes, right, I feel like sometimes people, because I guess, let me see if I can try to put this in the right terms. It's a heavy focus to pretty much settle down early, especially as a woman, because it's looked down as, you know, the older you get, you have a biological timeline, all this other kind of stuff. If that's what we do and we end up marrying, you know, late teens, early 20s, do we really feel like our judgment is that great at that age? Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but what I was going to also point out is that, like, I got married super young, but I always thought that that was a bad thing. I always thought, like, oh, I never got to live my life. I never got to travel. I never got to do things before I settled down. But then I had a cousin who got married at, like, 36 years old, and I know I was talking to her at her wedding shower, and I was just like, oh man, I kind of envy you a little bit because you got to do all of these things and now you found the man that you want to settle down with. And she said, actually, there's disadvantages of that because now we have learned how to be independent of each other, and now we actually have to learn how to cohabitate and depend on each other and stay in like the same space and not actually want to bounce and leave. So for her, she had all the experience in the world and she had been with other people and she had done all sorts of other things. But now all of a sudden it was like, oh, now I have to have someone in my space all the time. And so she actually envied the idea of going into it quite young because you do get the like advantage of growing together. It's not easy and it's not good all the time because a lot of people, when they get married really young, it's either really good or it's because they're like codependent and they choose somebody that they can be codependent to. It's still not an excuse to bounce.
Ari, if a woman marries and she's a virgin, she has an 80% chance of a successful relationship, of not getting divorced. But if she is not a virgin and has more than 3 partners, she has a 60% chance of a relationship failing.
Okay. Yeah, but what's the chance of you marrying a virgin, realistically?
No, you're missing what I'm trying to say to you. Basically, the more you have a greater chance here of a successful when you haven't slept around with men. and being with a man, the more men you sleep around, it reduces your chance of actually having a good relationship. Because what happens is you have comparison, and comparison is the thief of joy. And that thing where you think you can keep going out and getting another man that what she did,
So
not
basically, this is me being smart, making a smart comment. Basically, the less penis you've had, you don't have room to judge if your man's penis is actually good or not.
Well, yeah,
how would you
because
know?
the thing is, you have the
How would
best.
you know? How would you know if you didn't have too many dicks? How would you
That's
know?
what I'm saying.
How
That's
could
why
you
I
be
said
let
this is a
down?
smart comment. Don't get triggered. I said this is me making a smart
I'm not
comment. I
triggered.
warned you.
I'm not
I warned
triggered.
you.
No, it's a general question. How would you know what size and stuff if you didn't have to? As soon as a girl starts talking about, oh, I need about size, I know she belongs to the street. She's had too many because she wants to start comparing. Like, what are you right? Do you know how many things you have to able to compare size? You need to have at least 10. So you can be like, oh, this. Like, I already know, like, you outside. Minimum 10.
You said
Minimum
what?
10.
Especially if you're going into it that this is the only person you're going to be with, then it is then you have nothing to like. It is the best thing you've had because it's the only thing you've
Yeah,
had.
everything like that.
That's kind of sad, low key. I'm not saying sleep around. I'm not saying
It
oh go
sounds
sleep with 20
like it
people.
would be, but it's not. It's not
So you're saying
because
it's
then you
sad.
can just
It's
I'm not.
sad
No,
to have. Oh,
I'm not saying go sleep
you
around. I'm
did.
not saying that. But to say,
No, but you
you
said it's
know,
sad. If you only have one, if a man only has one vagina, a woman only has one penis, that's sad. So you think
no.
sleeping?
What I'm saying is, it's sad to think that the person you like, because you don't know anything else, you don't even know
But why is that?
okay.
what
But
your
you're
Why is
body
starting the
can
that?
do
argument in
if
the
y'all
middle,
don't
though.
know how to. You know what I'm saying?
I've
Yeah,
never taken crack before. I've never taken crack before. I know what weed tastes like. I've never. I ain't missing nothing now. Oh my God, you never know what it feels like to take hammer. Like what? Like it's the same
and
thing.
also like if you're starting the argument in the middle, you're already saying like that it's kind of sad because you're missing out. But if you have
So,
already prioritized in your mind that you're going to marry, like you're going to date someone with the intention of marriage because you have an idea of what marriage is supposed to be, then the idea of like consummating that marriage or being in that marriage with just one person, then it is different. But if you're looking at it as like, oh man, like the Bachelorette signs like last penis, or like if you're
it
looking at it
definitely
like that
won't be,
already.
it won't be the last. You need more than one. You don't. So Fly, I'm sorry, Fly. Fly, I don't know what to tell you, Fly. I
I
don't know
feel
what to tell you.
yeah. I kind of agree because he's making his comments in the background. I kind of agree with that. You don't feel like that's the man being insecure though? If
Oh,
you think no. If
listen,
you think
listen.
if
I'm
you
too
know your
tired
girl,
for it. I'm too tired for sign language. Please, please. Insecure. We are not insecure. We're not insecure. We just don't want a woman that's been run through by Chad Tyrone and the whole football
but
team.
it doesn't
Yeah.
mean being ran through doesn't. That you're saying
Yes.
more than
Yes.
three bodies.
No,
You're saying more than three bodies. More than three bodies is being ran through. If you got
yes.
four
Because
You're
bodies,
still
that's
not a
ran through.
virgin.
you're still not a virgin. You got
Yeah,
four
but that's
men.
not okay.
Four of
So
you
we
have
have
laid
different
down.
definitions. We have different definitions then because I
No,
think four bodies is not
no.
being ran through. Once you got like
What?
dozens and tens and twenties and all that, okay, you can consider that. But saying somebody that has more than three bodies and four is more than
Well,
three
you would say
is
that
ran through.
because you're a woman.
Crazy.
You would say that because you're a woman, but let the men decide. So you
And I
don't get to
think like
decide.
Comparison, that's insecurity. That's the definition of it. If your logic is based
He
on
said if your
comparison,
logic is based on comparison, that's insecurity.
that's the definition.
That's the
Really?
definition of insecure.
no,
He said
because
that's the
like
definition of insecure.
it used to
No,
be
we
if
just
you want
It used to be,
like
but
if
it's
you
that's
want milk you buy the cow, right? Like who's
yeah.
going to buy the cow if the milk is free?
Why do I want you if Bear Man already had you, and then you want me to pay more than them, man? You want me to marry? Why would I marry a
that more
woman
than
that's
one
already?
body is ran through. All right.
You just yeah.
Not
What I'm
one
trying to say
body.
to you. What
That's
I'm trying
what
to
the
say to
mindset.
you.
He always say listen. He is my number one fan. I'm gonna send you an autograph, babe.
Nah,
My name be coming up in conversations I wasn't even a part of. I'm gonna mail you an autograph.
Ari, keep your legs closed. Don't have no babies out of wedlock, okay? Because I don't have to. Because then I'm really come for you, baby mama. Please, right now,
I don't got
like,
no babies. That's the funny thing. You be calling me a baby mom, and I ain't got no kids. I'm like, damn. All
no,
right.
no, because you want to be. That's your goal. That's your dream.
He thinks it's the funniest thing ever when you call me a baby mom.
That's your
You
dream.
get
Like
the
your
merch.
You get, listen, I'm gonna get you a sweater. I'm a baby mama.
Be the sponsor.
I want
Listen,
a water bottle for the gym.
yeah, I'm gonna baby mama. I'm gonna get some merch. Baby mama in training. You get me? Baby mama in training. You know what
I
I'm
need
saying? Like,
another water bottle.
I'm gonna get some merch for y'all baby
All right,
mamas.
so real last question, because I know you said you was about to get off. I know it's late over there.
Go on.
Last question.
Go on.
You don't think that a conversation, like, say, I've always said, like, because I've seen marriages fall apart. I've seen marriages last. I've seen the best of both worlds. I've seen more marriages fall apart or end up in divorce than I have end up in ugly divorce at that than I have seen marriages that last.
Mm-hmm.
I always said, and maybe this is not the right way of thinking, but whatever. I always said that I feel like it's something that should be revisited every 5 years. Like, yo, are we still doing this? Or is this still a thing that you want to keep doing? Like, every so
No.
often. Because I feel like sometimes those conversations don't happen. And if it's like, yeah, no, for sure. Okay, then what do we need to do to step this up? But
I think
feel like
that
those...
when you look at it, marriage is actually it's way more work to stay in a marriage than it is easy. It's putting in the work. It's not easy. So you got to work at it. It's not just a matter of revisiting it because,
Ari, you're not ready for marriage, Ari. You don't want to marry.
That's why
I know you're not.
she's got questions. She's got questions.
No, you got questions.
That's
No,
why I'm
because I
asking
said
questions.
no.
I'm asking questions. I'm not saying this is what it is. I'm asking questions.
That's why I said. That's why I said you're a baby mama. That's what I said. That's why I said.
Man, I'm done with you. I'm not doing this.
That's what I said. I said they still.
Yo, say it again.
I'm not doing this.
Yo, say it again.
That's what I said. You're a baby mama in training. You're a baby mama in training. Like, please.
A baby mama. Like,
You're baby mama. Your baby mama in training, right? Baby mama.
No, and I only jumped on because I think those are legitimate questions. I think it's just that there's been such a skewed idea of what it is and what, like, yeah, I don't know. I think that, like, your questions are legitimate. I don't think that they're not. I just think that they're like the regular questions, and they're the reason why people bail so quick. So
they're baby mama questions. That's what they are.
Man, China, you a hater.
That's what they are. That's what they are.
I'm done with you.
Baby mama in training. I'm making the merch. I'm gonna make the merch. I'm making the merch. I'm gonna get that baby mama in training. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I even get one that says baby daddy in training. You get me? I'm ready. I'm out here training these hoes. I'm joking. All right, listen.
So bad.
Yeah, I know you was about to get off. I'm sorry. I mean,
No, it's not. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
It's only 11 o'clock here, so I'm still awake.
Well, listen, it's almost 4. What's time here?
Yeah, you're saying good morning over there.
No, it's past
Right.
4.
The sun coming up over
It's
there.
past 4. No, it's past 4 a.m. It's 10 past 4 in the morning. I need to get some sleep because now I'm not gonna wake up to 2 p.m. Ari, thank you for your bullshit, Ari. Yeah, I got me waking up.
You need to rest up so you don't burn out.
I know, man. I know. I will.
Get your friends too, because I'm tired of them coming at me. I'm gonna start coming at them. I've been very nice to them, but I'm gonna start coming.
Ari, I can't control what's happening in the chat. I don't know what's going on in the chat, Ari. I don't know. But all I know is, I need to set up the second round 2, the rematch. You get me with Fly and Keen Barracuda, and
that's a whole other. I'm not even gonna get into that.
He gotta get his shit up.
He's still triggered about something 36 hours later, and this man has been leaving him on red, and he's just tagging him in response. Like, it's not even funny at this point.
Hey, I don't know what's going on, but listen, Fly, I need to get you guys on a platform, and I'm gonna moderate, and you guys can.
That's a great idea.
I don't even cuss often. Fly gonna chew him the fuck up.
Man, he sucks.
That's why you need a moderator.
Yeah.
I don't even know. The way dude been talking to him the last 30 hours.
He fucking sucks, yo.
No, we're gonna chop it. We're gonna chop it up, okay?
All right, I'm gonna be there to watch. I'm gonna be front row.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
Yeah. Meet you there. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Bye.
Bye. Guys, thank you to everyone that come to my live. Listen, that was good, man. Sorry, Josh, man, you got work in 2 hours, bro. What do you want me to tell you, man? Go out there. I'm gonna go sleep for hours, like, now. I ain't even. Sorry, Josh. Sorry, bro. Like, what can you do? I ain't working. I keep dropping change on my book. I'm doing that the whole time. I just got up on the floor. I just left bare change. Listen, thank you to everyone that came into my life tonight. It was really good. And yeah, everything's gonna be on YouTube tomorrow. So make sure you're subscribed already and you're on my YouTube tomorrow. And if you want to check out anything that you haven't seen, now Josh, try to get one or 2 hours sleep, Josh, man. Just try to get something, bro. He said he's going hard. Try to get 1 or 2 hours sleep. 1 or 2 hours is better than nothing. Huh? Yeah, man. Keep the grind, bro. I'm trying, bro. Come on, I'm trying. I'll keep the grind. More views every night. We'll keep pulling out the con. Yeah, man. This was a good live, man. It was a good live, man. Definitely a good live. Definitely a good live, man. Every night. Josh, you know I'm pissed, Josh. I lost that live with that page three, that one with the footballer. Remember? Bro, I was vexed. I thought I saved it and I lost it. Anyway, we'll get better ones, but that was a good live because I was mad. She was like, "Oh yeah, my kids subscribe. My kids friends subscribe to my OnlyFans." I was like, "What?" Oh, yeah, that was crazy, that one. But it is what it is. But we have lots of good lives here, man. If you haven't seen them, just go check out the playlist on my YouTube page, and then you'll go see everything. Nah, thanks, Katie, man. Katie, we appreciate you for coming and sharing what it takes to be your opinion in a successful marriage and relationship. We appreciate women like you. Keep representing marriage and what it is to be a good woman, you know? No, I thought I put it on YouTube, bro. No, no, I'm sure it's not. No, I'm sure I didn't, bro. I'm sure I didn't put it up on YouTube, man. If it is, where is it? I can't find it. Is it there? I don't think it is. I'm sure it's not. Anyway, it is what it is, man. We got loads of other lives anyway. I was just kind of annoyed about it because I thought I saved it and I was looking for it. I was like, oh, yeah. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah? All right, guys. Your boys are about to go get some sleep. And then we might go live again tomorrow night. We might go live again tomorrow. No, I don't. No, not that football one. No, it's an old one. No, 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 no. Yeah, it's an old one. That's not it. That was a recent one. It was an older one. No, it's fine. Yeah. All right, cool, my guys. Enough love.